and across from me is the king of the border.
Hello.
Crow.
I'm Crow.
And welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us today. We did a whole other thing of this, and it didn't record, so I'm not going to go back and do it again.
Yeah, let's.
Chris went out of town. I'm going out of town. We're going to come back fatter and hopefully a little bit slimmer all at the same time.
The minutes.
Today, we're going to talk about a book that was recommended to me called Love and Respect for Couples, Individuals, or Groups by Dr. Emerson.
Go ahead.
I should have practiced this. Emerson Eggerichs.
Eggerichs. The S at the end throws me off.
I think it's the
Eggerichs. Eggerichs.
Eggerichs.
Like Liechtenstein, CH makes the
Liechtenstein. Is it Liec? How do you spell that?
CH or something like that.
Lie, right? It's like weird.
Don't try to prove.
Boy.
Don't know how to read.
Public school. No, actually, you went to private school.
I did go to private school.
Oh boy,
Even worse.
That's even worse because you paid to learn that.
Right.
Your mom could have had a house, man.
Right. Seriously,
You ruined her life.
Listen, man. Shout out to you, moms.
What was the name that I used to give her boyfriend? What was that? I call him Woody or something.
Yeah, something like that. Earlier.
Poopy.
I don't think you call him Poopy. I hope not.
Not Poopy.
Pooty or I don't.
Pooty. I think it was Pooty.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Pooty, man.
Shout out Pooty.
All right, so I just got this book. I haven't really read it, but it was recommended to me because backstory. So I was talking to a friend of mine about a relationship that I was in that is no longer, and she explained to me that there's different types of people, and she explained it to me in the way of Christmas lights. So she said that some women are like Christmas lights, where if one bulb goes out, the whole thing goes out.
Okay.
But most men are like, if one bulb goes out, the rest just stays lit. And does that mean anything to you?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So she told me she got it from this book. Now, I'm not 100% if it's this book, because she told me it was a book, and then when it came in, it's a lot bigger and workbookier than I expected. That almost sounds like they want me to do work on myself.
Homework.
And I'm never at fault. So
exactly. This is for me to learn about how others.
Yeah. So I could tell you how to live your life, because let's be honest, okay? A brother's perfect, okay?
I can't get any better.
I'm totally kidding, ish. All right, so we're gonna just go through a little bit of it and just kind of chat, and then we'll see if you guys want to read it. So it says, before you start your study of love and respect, ... Welcome to the Love and Respect Workbook Experience. You're about to discover and apply the single greatest secret to a successful marriage. Today, you and your mate can start fresh with the groundbreaking guidance that Dr. Emerson Eggerichs provides in this workbook, and the book it accompanies, Love and Respect. So it's going to be a book about how men and women operate, so we can better understand each other, so we have the tools to communicate and build better relationships. Yeah.
All right.
So based on 3 decades of counseling experience, as well as scientific and biblical research, the book offers you the information and tools you'll need to understand what is wrong in your relationship and begin the process of correcting it.
Biblical.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Right.
I know that you was like, ugh. Not
Wait a minute.
Not with my Kevin Smith tattoo.
Yeah, you know me.
I actually always had a question about that.
Ask me.
What if he turns out to be a...
I feel like I picked a safe person just because...
Yeah, but Bill Cosby.
I mean, fair enough.
He's the safest black man in America.
Right.
In American history.
But all he does is smoke weed and make movies.
But has he tried to buy NBC?
No.
All right.
Not that I know of, no.
All right. All right, so it just pretty much tells you in this section how the workbook is going to work. So you answer questions by yourself. Men answer these questions. Women answer these questions, and then couples are going to answer questions together. So
Oh
I
my
think I'm going to just
goodness.
kind of.
So does each partner need a book? Or do you just take one page and split it?
Oh no, you only need one book.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
and what are you hoping comes out of you reading this? What do you not hoping, but what are you anticipating you're going to learn? Or what do you want to learn?
So this I think is going to touch a lot of people because I have been in more situationships than relationships,
Right.
and all of my relationships have been really short,
Okay.
6 months or under.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't always think that they end because I'm not able to communicate my thoughts. However, if there's a pattern, it must mean something.
Okay.
And because in my last relationship, I was always kind of like in this question marky phase of like, I don't understand what she's talking about. Certain things would bother her. Now, I don't know if it was bothering her that I did or if it was just like
In general.
you did this and this thing in general bothers me.
Just like a pet peeve or
Yeah,
is it
or
you personally?
something
Okay.
where it's like not working. Because an example would be
Tread lightly.
Yeah. So an example would be like how things end. There have been multiple situations where I've had to end a relationship twice. So the first time I take it, I take it kind of hard. Not hard like I can't live life anymore, but it's
like,
an emotional
Yeah, it sucks.
thing. Yeah,
It's a bummer.
and then we kind of try again, and then when we end it the second time, I feel like everything has been lifted off my shoulders. And it happens over and over where that second time, maybe they're like, hey, I think we should end this. And I'm like, okay. Nothing else to fight for.
I think that's good. I think that's because you always like if you lose or not lose, you like lose a relationship or whatever, friendship, whatever it is. You're always like, man, what if that was the wrong move? What could have happened if we stayed, together?
Yep.
And then you got that experience, and then you go, oh, okay, then I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. But the funny thing is, the second time around is when they are more emotional. And then I asked my friend who recommended this book, why do you think when they're the ones who are telling me, I think this should end? And I say, okay. Instead of the first time, I'm like, oh, wait, let's talk about it. Let's see what we could do. But the second time, there's no fight at all.
Right.
And then they're like crying or whatever it is. And I'm just confused, because I'm like, well, you're the one who brought this to the table. So why are you emotional? Is it because I'm not emotional? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that I think that there's some understanding that I need. And again, this book says on the front, it's for couples, individuals, or groups. So I think as you're of age to be kind of walking into these things, it's good for your own personal development
Right.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, we live in LA, and the only thing I've known about LA relationships is that they don't go that far. You could be somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever nowadays for forever. And I noticed a turning point this year more than ever. Friends back home have been having babies since they were 19,
Right.
18, 19 on purpose. Right? We're not counting the teenage pregnancies, but on purpose, getting married by 20, babies coming out 18 to 24, everybody got a kid. In LA, that's not the sitch. You're 35, kind of living the life of a 23-year-old.
Right.
But then this year, every conversation I have with just a stranger or somebody I met at work or on set or whatever is like, oh yeah, my husband. Oh yeah, my wife. Or yeah, my son. And I'm like, that's odd. Because if this were a conversation 10 years ago, people would be
my
like,
girlfriend.
yeah,
My
yeah.
boyfriend.
Or even like not even that.
This
you
kid
know?
that I know.
Yeah, you know.
This kid that I send McDonald's to every day.
Exactly, you know, and the deeper part is we used to say like, how could you afford a family in LA? How could you have a kid in LA? It just doesn't make sense.
It has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, you know, the financial part is the first thing that hits me.
Yeah.
But I was on set yesterday, and I was just in the middle of a conversation, and I heard the makeup artist say, "Oh, the battery in my car sucks, but luckily for me, my fiance is gonna go replace it." I was like, that's interesting. 2 seconds later, one of the actresses was like, "Oh yeah, my husband and I just moved to," and I'm looking at, she looked like she was 17. And then two seconds behind that, the director, I think he was like, yeah, my husband and I was like, no, hold on now. Okay. Y'all don't have jump offs?
Yeah.
You know? And they looked at me. I was like, yeah, because you know me and Jesus.
Yeah. You know, me and my pillow are doing quite well.
Facts, yeah. Nah, we doing it real good. So I think this would just be a good thing. Whether or not you learn anything from it could be up to you. But I just wanted to bring it over here and just have it as a thing that we could talk about. So part 1 is called The Crazy Cycle. Oh, I know exactly what they're going to talk about.
Go ahead.
She will.
Whatever she's doing is. Oh, never mind.
Must be on her crazy cycle.
Oops.
Okay. All right. I'm just kidding. We men have crazy cycles too.
All kinds of cycles.
Okay. 1 day a month. I like to call it our comma.
Our comma. Yes.
Sessions 1 through 4 cover the introduction and chapters 1 to 7 of Love and Respect. This is a personal word from Emerson. Welcome. You are beginning a journey to love and respect, a new way to approach marriage that is as the Old Testament itself. Nestled in the 5th chapter of Paul's letter to Ephesians, hidden in plain sight, is the secret to controlling what I call the crazy cycle.
It's only a little biblical.
Hey, you never know. Listen, I'm not going to judge it at first. And beginning to enjoy a marriage built on love for her and respect for him. Okay.
All right.
Just turned deep.
Yes.
Everyone who has ever been married knows what it is like to be on the crazy cycle. Without love from him, she reacts without respect. Without respect from her, he reacts without love.
But what about the other way around? What if he needs love? She needs respect.
Let me ask you this.
Ask me.
As a man,
Yes.
when somebody showcases respect for you, doesn't that kind of double as showcasing as a form of love?
How do you mean? Well, it depends from who.
Because we didn't even get to the book yet.
I know. We don't need the book. We got it ourselves.
Because I think men are all ego, right?
Fair enough.
And in general, we're the ones who are like, I want this in my career. I want elevation. I want all this. I want recognition. And when we go to work, we're trying to gain respect from the world. We're trying to get that firm handshake from the other side of the table because we want to feel validated. So if you go to your own house and your wife doesn't respect you,
yeah. Okay.
right? But and then if we taking it biblical, you're supposed to lead the house. So if you can't lead the house and your person does not respect you, how they gonna love you?
Fair.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I think it's the balance. Now I don't know. I'm not Dr. Emerson Eggerichs, but I think that's the place, because women, on the other hand, of course you're gonna respect them, but the way that they're gonna receive love is gonna be a little different than how you receive it.
Could be, yeah.
You know, I don't think you need your girl to like come up on you and squeeze your butt and stuff like that.
Right on. It'd be nice, but
Every once in a while.
need it.
But do you have big hands?
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. I saw. And so husband and wife go round and round, saying and doing the same wrong and hurtful things with seemingly no way to stop it. As you study the first 4 sessions of this workbook, you will learn how the crazy cycle starts and why it often continues indefinitely. I actually have gone through this in my first situationship. And we would say stuff to each other that wasn't like toxic or mean or anything, but it wasn't out of love. So, all right.
That's true.
Questions for chapter 1.
All right, hit me. We're gonna work through our relationship.
Okay.
Love and respect.
You got it. Respect and respect.
Yes. That's what I said.
On page 1 of Love and Respect, Emerson absolutely disagrees with the Beatles' conclusion that all you need is love. Emerson goes on to say that 5 out of 10 marriages are ending in divorce because love alone is not enough. Love is vital for the wife, but what we have missed is the husband's need for respect. Love and respect is all about how the wife can fulfill her need to be loved by her husband, what he needs. By giving her husband what he needs, which is respect. Do you agree or disagree with the paragraph above? Can a wife get the love she needs simply by showing her husband respect? What if he doesn't deserve respect? Do you think Emerson is talking about conditional respect or unconditional respect? Put down some of your thoughts here. All right. That's a good point.
That's
a
a good opener. So, I'm still not arguing against it, but I guess respect both ways is what each other needs, but love in a different form is what a man needs versus what a woman needs.
Right, exactly. I think he's using the words separately to make a point.
Got it.
That the way it's expressed has to be different. Because, like I said a few episodes ago, I think that culture is swinging back. Listen, this is my experience, okay? So I'm not talking for anybody else. When I was about 24 to 27, I went on a lot of dates with very strong women.
Yes.
They're strong, and I use this kindly, kind of masculine energy.
Okay.
Where I feel like I'm in competition on who could be more manly.
Now, do you say that in regards to like one of the career choices and all this stuff, or like
No, because I don't think having goals for yourself is a manly thing.
Right.
I think it's just like if I can break it down to the most basic thing, if I open a door for a woman, it was rejected and handled as if I did something wrong.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
And it was like, I don't need that. I don't need no man for anything. I was like, well, what am I here for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll see you later.
But today, just culture-wise, the conversation has kind of shifted. And I had a lot of conversations recently with women who are saying they are practicing the art of divine femininity, still accomplishing their goals, but looking for the right man they can be submissive to. And I think the natural way men are is by saying, let me take the lead on this. Let me find a solution for this. We're solution oriented.
Yes.
And oftentimes if a man is ranting and raving about something and the team around him is not helping him find a solution, what are you there for?
But if
versus
you flip it,
versus a woman, you have to ask, do you want me to help you solve this? or do you want me to just listen to
That's
you?
exactly what I ask Jessica all the time.
You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
like, do you want me to help or you want me to just listen? Because I'm cool with both.
You see what I'm saying? You have to approach it so differently, because for me, if I'm having a problem, you got 3 wrong answers before I'm like, I'm done talking to you about this because you're useless.
Right.
So that's why I think this is great, because as time progresses, and you know, you start dating different age ranges, you know, because now I'm in my 30s and I don't really talk to that many women who are under 27-ish, 28, maybe. And you know, women are a little bit more mature than men. So at my age, 28 is probably 27, 28 is probably a little bit closer. So I think there is a way for you to showcase respect and still showcase a sense of leadership for yourself, but submission to your man,
Right.
without it being degrading.
Right. I see it as more of a cooperation than a submission.
Yeah,
Just because.
but it is that.
It is, yeah, definitely. Just the way that I was raised. My mom is one of 5 sisters.
Yeah.
And each one of those sisters has at least one daughter. And so it was nothing but women in my house when I was growing up. So not only did I learn how to treat women, respect women, I saw hardworking women. A lot of these people were single moms. And struggling, you know? And they pulled it off no problem. So I learned this dynamic of how to respect women, cooperate with them, and not be like, oh, I'm the man of the house and blah 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 blah. So it wasn't like an ego thing for me.
Yeah,
that's not the way I grew up. So,
well, this is such a great point, because it can go in so many ways. When you get out of the looking for a job phase, and then you start transitioning into your career,
yeah,
you start interviewing back.
exactly.
You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, let me see, what direction does the CEO want to take this company? What direction does the leadership want to take this company? And do I trust them? Do I trust their vision for me to play a role in this company? I take that back into dating, because yes, a woman, quote unquote, might be submissive, but it's not that I just exist to rub your feet and blah blah blah.
Right. No.
It turns into what's your vision, and how can I play a role, whether it's an executive role or whatever works for people, but it has to be a meaningful, structured role into what I trust and can take into the future. So you, as an employee, are a submissive person, because you have to submit to the request of your manager,
Right.
and the manager is also that, you know, but it's a tree, you know.
Exactly.
You know, ultimately, you know, the top leaf, there's a very small group of people who are at the very top. So ultimately it goes down to leadership, submissive person, leadership, submissive person, you know, all
Correct.
that. So that's how I equate it to. I never want to put out that word submissive without making it seem like your role is not key.
It's lesser than mine. It's
Exactly.
key.
It's just a different thing, because I think households are businesses, and there needs to be a CEO, a CFO, a COO, and all these things to make sure it runs straight.
I like that.
You know
That's
what I mean?
a good analogy.
So the man might end up being the CEO, but what you don't know about CEOs is they don't know what happens everything on a daily basis. They are the big vision, big picture person, and it requires the CFO and the chief operating officer to review what's happening on a daily basis to take this plan of yours and make it into a real life situation. So that's how I see it.
Yeah.
So I think he's spot on so far, even though he's referenced the Bible. All right. One more paragraph, and then we'll take it another place. All right. All right. He says, compare what you wrote. All right. So it says on pages 2 to 4, the book are different testimonial statements by wives who have attended Love and Respect Conference or read the book. Quote number 1. I have never realized how important, how life-giving respect was to my husband. Some men are not letting it know. Listen, I need somebody to respect. Quote number 2. Just a few days ago, I decided to tell my husband that I respect him. I felt so awkward to say the words, but I went for it, and the reaction was unbelievable. I watched his demeanor change right before my eyes. It's crazy. As a person whose mom was mom and dad, who
Same.
definitely, my dad was around, but might as well.
Nice. Don't let the bragger kill me.
Nah,
Must be nice.
I will say this: my mom definitely did not respect my dad. That's probably why I talk to him. That's probably the way I talk to him now.
Yeah,
I'm like, boy, if you don't sit your little self down, before I go get some milk on you,
Right.
I never come back.
Yeah.
I could see how that. Yeah, if I had heard my mom say like, "Dude, I respect you," he would have been like,
What did I do?
What? This one, next quote says, I wrote my husband 2 letters about why I respected him. I'm amazed at how it has softened him in his response to me. Damn.
Gotta let him know. And then men too gotta communicate. Yo, I don't feel respected.
That means a lot to different people.
Yeah.
Because if you think about that statement, is powerful. How it softened him. Because now he's probably like, I don't want to lose this respect that I got. So let me talk to her with some sense.
Right.
But the average man who doesn't have this kind of education is probably thinking, I'm going to put my foot down, talk to her any kind of way, and she's going to have to respond to me the way I want. But that's not the way. Interesting. All right, the last one says, I got it. God granted me the power of this revelation of respecting my husband. It has changed everything. My approach, my response, my relationship to God and my husband. So from your point of view, what do these statements say to you? So we'll just stop on this one. Maybe we'll come back to this book one day. But what does that tell you?
Communication is key. That's the one thing I got. Communication is key. If you don't speak up, both sides, if you don't speak up, no one's going to know what the hell you're thinking.
I'm going to take that point and take it to the next level. I think some men don't know what they need.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
Because now that I think about it, I have never felt the need to say, I'm going to need you to respect me. I never felt that.
You never felt disrespected in any of the situationships or relationships?
One of them, yes. When I was about to leave and I left my keys.
Okay.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking. Yeah. Cause the way she used to talk to me, I was like, if you don't put your Adam's apple right back in your throat, you talking to me.
That was kind of the whole dynamic of the relationship.
Yeah, but that wasn't it.
All right.
Cause I would go home feeling meek and mild. I feel like putty and stuff. And I'm like, damn, she thinks she could just talk to me any kind of way.
Right.
I should have turned around one day and say, if you don't start respecting me.
Please.
I'm so sorry. But other times, recently, that's in the last like year and a half.
Okay.
That has come out of the mouth of these, ladies, where it's like, you're the guy, I'm gonna respect what you say, and I never took it that powerfully. In fact, sometimes I kind of took it in a negative way, because it would be the way that they would say it, where I would be like, hey, what do you like about this? Because I'd be like, let's say I'm trying to plan something, and I'm like, what do you like about this? Do you like this? And they would be like, you're the man, I'm gonna respect whatever you choose. And it's like, no, I need you to tell me, it's the wrong place and time for this kind of response. I need you to tell me what you like so that I can plan something that is tailored for you. But it's never really been in a situation where I felt broken and whatever. Right. They were like, look, man, I hope I don't really have to go through that. No. But if you guys like this conversation, let me know. I would love to continue reading this book and talking about it. I think it's good stuff.
You're going to give us the update when you keep
reading. Yeah. Who knows if I'm going to workbook it or if I'm just going to read it. But from here on out, good episode. If you guys like this episode, if you like this kind of content and it's meaningful to you, leave us a review on the stream platform that you're listening to. And if you are on YouTube, leave us a comment, leave us a like for the algorithm. It really helps us out. And also subscribe to the page and share it with your friends. Outside of that, this has been the Men on the Internet podcast, and I will talk to you another time.
Bye.